Oh, hello. How's it going? How's it going? How's it going? All right. All right. So let's change the topic to 13. It's Mechanical Archer Part 5? 5? It should be 13. Yes, it's 13, Part 5. All right, right. Oh yeah. Who said that they wanted the layers, the setting for layers visible. Uh, hmm. Heyo, Chilstrand. Heyo. Atsuki, good morning, good morning. Hello, Eternal 80. Here, have some sunlight. Ugh. Ugh. How dare you have sunlight? Hey, Holmes. Yeah, so I ordered my new PC today. Expensive, but I only buy a PC every like 10 years. And when I buy it, they go, I splurge. So I'm gonna get some monster. Hey, Vyacheslav Volkov, Labrit. Kayet. Hey, Quentin. I Googled how to pronounce Quentin, and they said how that's the way you pronounce it, Quentin. Maybe I did it wrong. Maybe you need to provide me with the correct version of how to pronounce your name, because YouTube said that you pronounce it Quentin. Hey, Captain Balls. Lobby. So you're actually Latvian. That's pretty cool. Vyacheslav Volkov. That's not the Latvian name, by the way. Hey, Zalin. Heyo. Hey, Bruno Romanos. Dear Bart. Stradat. Yup. Manari. Quentin. All right. All right. So let's start. Let's start the timer. Okay, start. By the way, look at that Firestarter ad to go support the guys or the guy that does Firestarter. Some friendly ad. All right, Quentin. But after warm up, uh, you can give me a correct link. I do want to say your name correctly, so I'm not butchering your name because it's important. Yeah, so I bought a new computer, latest i7. There's different kinds. So it's the latest one with 32 gigabyte RAM, pretty strong graphic card. So I'm not gonna need an upgrade for many years, which is nice. Hey Mila, all rise, Queen Mila has arrived. Okay. Yeah, this computer I have now is a pretty okay computer. Don't get me wrong, it still works, but it's getting a bit old. The technology is getting a little bit dated. Um, and it's time for a new hardware upgrade. Like currently, I only have 6 gigabyte RAM, which is ridiculous. It's crazy that I can manage to work with like 2 gigabyte PSD file with 6 RAM. But when I do that, I don't have anything else open. Be very economical with my layers and stuff like that. But it's getting to a point now that 3D programs require so much more juice from the machine. I can't ignore not to upgrade anymore. So I'm feeling the age of my current PC. So I bought a beast. So now it's gonna be all good. By the way, Mila, I saw you posted on Facebook that you're thinking about joining Spectrum, which is cool. For anyone interested in the specs, I can post them later when I get the machine. But it's a good one. It's pretty expensive. I bought, I like I said, I only buy one every like 10 years. 5 to 10 years is like the lifespan, and so this one cost I think 1,600. So it's it's not a cheap one. Hey, Goblin Enthusiast. Oh, Mila, all right. But yeah, you should. And your wizard got into what was that book called? Digital something? What was it called? It was something weird for an art book. Not goblin, but it was something strange like that. Infected by art. Yeah, there we go. Hey, good morning, Captain Jetlag. How's it going? Let's remove these. Oh, by the way, that didn't sound good. The ArtStation book, I have Secret Project, which I'm drawing on. You can't see. Where's the camera? Where's the camera? Oh, secret stuff. Oh my god. Chaos. Lots of sketching for that secret project. So we'll see how that goes. I'm gonna try to sell that idea. So I'm not sure how much I'm allowed, or like if you think about like battle plan, like what would be the best amount to show. I mean, I could be completely ninja about it and only show people I want to sell it to. But maybe I'm also limiting the exposure by not going viral with it, right? So if I show selected images of that secret project, maybe there's a chance of it being reposted, reblogged, or whatever, thus increasing my chance of exposure. Yeah, it's super small. Let me just show you one little Look at that little cute thing. Oh, how nice. But yeah, I think I should actually go public with it on streams. I think I'll do extra streams at evening, streaming that project. I'm drinking coffee all day. I love me coffee. Some coffee. It is too tasty. Is that correct? That is kind of correct. Yeah, so needless to say, I'm excited about getting my new computer. It's gonna be very nice to have some new monster. And I've never owned a water-cooled system. And this is gonna be a water-cooled PC. I assume you gotta really take care of it, like vacuum. Hand on my chest. I'm not the best to keep my computer dust free on the inside. Captain Jetlag. Yeah, I ordered one. Not here yet though. But it's the latest i7 Intel CPU. All sorts of snazzy stuff in there. 32GB RAM. 1070 Ti graphic card. So it's going to be a bunch of extra memory. Like I talked about earlier, I only have 6GB RAM currently, and it's not a lot. And this computer is getting old and clunky and raggedy and making noises, and so it just felt like it's time for a new one. Hey, Wanamir, welcome. The website is going to be in Latvian, but the specs are not, so you can check it out. Eternal Lady, yeah, more or less, I think. Trying to find the specs, or I can read through the specs actually. I think this would. Yeah. So Intel Core i7 8700 hexa-core, 3.2 gigahertz, and a bunch of numbers afterwards. Some Corsair RAM. What's the graphic card? GeForce GTX 1070 Ti, 8 gig RAM on that. That's, I guess, the important part. Important part. And I ordered it today. So it's a coming, which is going to be nice, which I'm looking forward to have some new system that isn't taking a knee when I'm opening large PSDs. But what I'm looking forward, silly, all what I'm looking forward to most is my front side of the USB and the ports on this computer is broken, so I can't use this microphone um, because the mic plug is recognizing. So, it's like with my new good PC, I'm looking forward to the front jack, so the voice, so you guys can hear me a little bit better than through this shitty mic webcam mic. Yeah, graphic card prices they shot through the roof. But you know, it is what it is. Luckily, it's not like everyday purchase, so might as well, you know, spend some more money. Takes a little bit out of your wallet, but you don't need to buy them very often. Just do some extra work, get some extra cash, splurge. Hey, you voodoo breakfast. Good morning. It would be another thing if it would be like a everyday purchase. Then yeah, that would suck uncontrollably. Okay, let's do this. Let's do that. So now at least I see where I color it and where I'm missing. I'm looking forward to see this guy finished. Actually, it's gonna be fun. I'm looking forward to add the shadows to this guy. That's gonna be fun as well. And then I'm looking forward to also be doing the next hero character, the good guys. That's gonna be fun to explore. Oh, Voodoo Breakfast, yeah, exactly. Every nerd when they got rich on Bitcoin, they were like, graphic card, I'm gonna buy graphic card. And they're like, fuck this shit. I'm buying the best. Finally. And thus the prices skyrocketed. Just because so they can play Call of Duty on max spec. Hey, Goblin Enthusiast. Um, what I think when I'm doing this is the rhythm. Um, so I'm going to be talking about this on the character design lecture when we hit 2,000 followers. We're 5 away from a character design lecture. But more or less, it's about if you think a bit of it as an abstraction, you know, as something you don't understand as a, you know, if you're looking at it, it's a non-entity. You know, it's not supposed to have a name, right? It's an abstraction. Um, so if you only see the pattern of what you're trying to draw, um, and then it becomes what happens then is it becomes a question of composition, rhythm, and when you don't think about that it's a cable or it's a character or anything, when you just look at the parts as a composition of things rather than labeling it in your mind, it's going to be easier to design the rhythm. So by that, what I'm trying to get to is that I'm not designing the elements of I'm not coloring the elements of the character for them to make sense. I have drawn it with this in mind intentionally, and now I'm taking it to the next layer. But the idea is to design something that has a nice composition.
All right.
Hey, T-Man Gandhi, cheers for the follow. Much appreciated. You and me, boy, we rocky run that beach. Oh, yeah. Anyways, what I was getting to was I'm designing the character now as a composition, but also not limiting it to the 2D space it sits in. But I'm also designing it in 3D in mind, you know, so that if this character would turn, it wouldn't look stupid. So I'm thinking about it in 3 dimensions, and the rhythm is more or less like, how can I design it so that I'm getting the maximum amount of impact from the elements that I have introduced. So depending on what you're designing, you have to balance the design accordingly. So for example, take a Mac, an iMac. They don't have a lot of things on their front, right? It's very limited. It's very sparse, and whatever contrast there is very subtle. It's because they have opted for a very minimal design. And then you look at like a gaming PC. It has like perforated metal things, and it looks, you know, it have all these patterns. And every good object is designed. Like if you look at the pen, the change in shape. This pen doesn't have any value change. It's just all black. But anything that has difference, like here's a kid's breakfast plate of Buzz Lightyear. Like the amount of blue on the sides with those white dots, and compared to how much purple it is, how much green it is should all be calculated in screen space, but not only a 2-dimensional screen space. It should be 3-dimensional screen space, so that when the character runs or moves, the design is not going to break. Like, you shouldn't design something that only makes sense from the front, and then when they turn it, it looks like a walking poker card, you know, where the print is just on the surface and there's no dimension to the design. So what I'm doing when I'm adding all these things is looking at it as a whole and thinking, okay, where should I go darker? Where should I go brighter? Where should I add the skin elements? And I've already been thinking about it as I've been designing the character. So now I'm just trying to see, have I made the right decisions up to this point? and I'm trying to make it work based on the thoughts I had as I were drawing the shapes. Because when I'm drawing the shapes, I'm thinking about the same way of, okay, where should the rhythm go? Hey, Timan Kandi. Yeah, there's I'm doing color work. It's always going to take time because you need to be very careful and stuff like that. It's not very exciting to look at, maybe. So at the character design lecture that you guys are gonna get, I'm gonna go through it all with examples and explanations, and trying to explain the thinking behind it from start to finish. Did that make sense? Hopefully. Cheers, Goblin. So when you're designing, you gotta design shape and with value. So in the lecture, the lecture is also my old CGMA course put into lecture format with additions. So a part of it is where I'm explaining of how to think about it, and there's some clever ways of doing it to practice it as well that I go through in the lecture. But like with a lot of things, especially lectures, is that you have to take it with you and develop it yourself in your mind, right? You can't just expect to get all the answers from a lecture. The idea, at least in my lectures, is that there is information, and then that information should settle in your mind and you should make sense out of it. So I tend to go through a lot of theory rather than exactly showing how step by step to paint something. I explain what's behind the thinking, you know. Oh, Chisran, really? Is it the guy who did Viking stuff? What was his name? Tobias? Oh, can't remember. No, it was something with A. Patrick, yeah, there you go. You see? Shit with names, but not bad memory. Hmm. Can I make that white? No, I'm not. Thanks, Uncle Lemur. Yeah, I'm just slowly getting there. I think offline I'm going to be coloring it, so you guys don't need to be tormented by this. You have seen the beginning. You don't need to fully follow the coloring. I mean, I can do this, continue doing this offline, and then ideally tomorrow we'll be doing shadows, kind of slapping shadows on it. Then with shadows is going to make a lot more sense volume wise. You know, like now a lot of the white blends in together, but when I push some back and push some forward, it's going to read even better. So now I'm just not trying to focus on the rhythm of the light, but rhythm of just the parts, you know. like all these darker metal, a lot of it is gonna fall back um, and have a stronger hierarchy. For those who don't know, so this idea that I created for a competition, uh, it's it was the idea of the human race have evolved so far that they're on the human's last stand, right? And there's a new alien species called alpha seeds, and the humans need their blood to stop the humans from dying. So these are the humans. They have turned into these semi-robotic entities to stop themselves from dying. But they still need the juice, so they're hunting these alpha seeds for their blood. So the humans in this case are the bad guys. I want the juice. You can't handle the juice. Yeah, doing this work always takes time. I mean, I could do it faster, more sloppier, but I enjoy the process as well. So, of like trying to figure out the rhythm, because you don't want to rush that part because you can make or break a design. If you have bad value design. But I think I need a bigger block of dark at the lower body. Cheers. Hey, Jordy. The pink will go away. The pink is just to help the read, to see where I've drawn and not drawn. It's awesome, Jordy. So I think what I gotta do, because the top now is quite busy, I need to brute force some bigger shapes now so that it doesn't get lost. So the legs will most likely be actually that's a lot of skin. I'll just need to just help the rhythm by having bigger blocks of darker value. But I'll do that. I'll do all this offline, I think. You guys don't need to be tortured by sitting and watching me slowly color this concept. Um, at least you saw the start of it, I guess, which is might be interesting. All right, time's up. Le Tron Connor dirty shots. This is the 5th warm-up, I think. I sketched it. I did a clean line art. I did a third pass. I did a block-in. And now I'm doing a coloring. And this is just me making it up as I go along. It's obviously based on an IP I created, but it's, I just created something. The topic was by one of you guys, a mechanical archer in the jungle, and I made it into this centaur human puma thing. Chilstrand, yeah. Yeah, watch me stumble trying to pronounce the names. All right. Thanks everyone for joining. Let's see if there is anyone to raid. Oh, no one. There's no one online. That's pretty shitty. Thanks, Uncle Lemur. I mean, this is by no mean any, like, I'm relaxing when I'm doing these warm-ups. This difference for work. But yeah, it's fun. All right. Thank you, all of you wonderful people, for joining in. See you guys tomorrow morning. Hopefully I'll have already colored everything in, and I'll slap some basic value pass on, to balance the light. But yeah. Awesome, guys and girls. Have a fantastic day. Good night. Here comes the outro. Outro time. Hype. Hype.